Welcome to Chris and Walt's Top 10 show, where we count down the top 10 covers of something. I am Walt.
And I'm Chris.
Chris, let's remind everyone that this video is brought to you by Ice Collectibles. Visit icecollectibles.com. We've provided a link below. It is Canada's best place to sell your collectibles. All right, so what are we tackling today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about the top 10 Bronze Age Batman covers as chosen by us. Now, if you have a beef with that, let us know what your top 10 Bronze Age Batman covers are.
Yes, please give us your list down in the comments below.
All right, let's get started here. Starting at number 10, we have Batman number 222.
222, the famous Beatles cover, Chris.
Yes, I love this cover. This is a great cover. So, I know you and I were talking about this cover before. There is a bit of an homage with some bare feet in this. To explain that?
It's the time. This is the great Neal Adams, of course, drew this cover. This is the era of the Beatles when they thought Paul was dead, and I think Abbey Road, the one where they're walking across the street where Paul has bare feet.
Right.
And they replaced Paul with a Paul doppelganger and all that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a play on all of that. And Batman and Robin were front and center to that whole vibe. And everybody loved it. Now, this cover crosses genres. This series you and I are doing are going to talk about comic values and what drives demand and stuff like that. And anytime you can kind of, breach your collecting genre, which is comic books, and invite audiophiles and Beatles fans into the comic book realm to get their 2 or 3 comics that have the Beatles in it. That just drives up demand even more. Added the fact that it's a Batman, added the fact that it's a Neal Adams cover.
You 3 for 3 right there.
Yeah,
Beatles,
right.
Batman, and Neal Adams.
There you go. What else do you want?
What more do you need?
The heck?
All right, let's keep going here. Number 9. Oh, I love this cover by the great Jim Aparo.
Number 286.
286. Man, as I always say, what's better than one Joker? 2 Jokers.
2 Jokers is always the way to go.
2 Jokers talking to you guys right now.
That's right. This is a great cover. It's let's call it a love triangle right here. But like you say, Joker is Batman's number 1 villain.
Yeah.
You get it ×2. Dramatic cover, action sequence. It's just a great cover.
And you know what? It's also, I love it when they have the Joker in his like amusement park setting. He's on top of a roller coaster or something going on there. I don't know if it's a Ferris wheel or whatever it is. But man, I love this action. I love the fact that it's 2 Jokers. Great cover.
I'm just glad they weren't going into the tunnel of love.
Absolutely, that's right. All right, number 8. Okay, this is Batman number 232 by, of course, the great Neal Adams again.
That's right.
You might see him again in this list.
We might see him a few more times again on this list. Chris, this is a great cover to some.
Yeah.
Not a great cover to others. Over the years, I've kind of had cold and hot to this cover. It's kind of almost like 2 art forms. It's almost watercolory kind of vagueness to the background and superimpose some details, cartoony type stuff at the front.
Yeah.
But it is an important book, and it's a very recognizable book. It's the first appearance of Ra's al Ghul. But this cover project isn't about important covers. It's about great covers.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And we think this is dramatic enough to make our list, and we're going to stick to that.
Yeah, personally, I'm not a huge fan of it, but I do think it's a great cover. I just don't. I think I'm in that list of people that don't love the whatever that is, pastel or something like that combination and comic art combination.
Yeah, I think it's so impactful that it's just hard to ignore.
I agree. All right, let's move on to number 7. Okay, Batman number 231 again by the great Neal Adams.
Yes.
This is an interesting cover because we have Batman in little bits of him on this guy's fingers, and
what the hell's going on there?
What the heck is going on here, right?
Yes. Now, jet black cover, which are always more sought after than anything else. So, for collectors, they're so harder to find in high grade.
Sure.
But jet black sometimes also adds to the impactfulness of the cover, and I think it does here.
Yeah.
I think the Batman on the fingertips is a unique kind of play as well, which makes it again, a unique cover. It's a very dramatic cover, and it's also kind of one of those gateway covers in the sense that you think, "What the heck's going
What
on
is
here?
going on here?
I gotta."
I also love it when the main character is so small and yet it still makes an impactful cover
That's
too,
right.
right?
That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, this is a very cool cover.
Yeah,
Is what I would
absolutely.
say.
Absolutely. All right, let's move on to number 6. Oh, I
Oh,
do love this cover. Batman number 324 by the great Jim Aparo.
yes, yes. Talk about gateway covers,
Oh
Chris.
man.
This is a cover that asks a lot of questions, which makes you want to open it up to get your answers.
Absolutely. Well,
What's going on?
what's going on? Why is Batman saving Catwoman? I thought they were, mortal foes, and
Hmm.
why is he crawling out of whatever that sewer pipe thing is, and what's going on? But we've talked about this cover in the past where we said just the design and the
The
layout, the
composition.
composition.
Yes,
If it was a film, we'd say the mise en scène. But we've got this cover here. What's going on here? It brings it right to the point. Great cover.
I love this cover.
All right. Number 5. Oh, Batman number 296 by Sal Amendola.
Chris, this is one of my favorite covers of the era. It is just magical to me. It's the way he draws Scarecrow here is it's kind of that I don't know, late '60s kind of hippie vibe to it,
Yep.
even though it's kind of late '70s. But yeah, his hand work here is
Oh,
fantastic. The fingers are fantastic. The situation of Batman running away in fear is just great. It's very dramatic. It's very simple, but somehow for me it just works,
absolutely. Well,
right?
and I think it works because it's simple. I think because it's just the two main characters.
Right.
This
No
giant,
words.
giant scarecrow looming in the background, chasing Batman.
Uh-huh.
Batman clearly is fearful. Yeah, I love this cover, and the composition of the colors with the brown and the green, the bright greens work great. Love it.
Fantastic cover.
Number 4, we have number 227 again by the great Neal Adams.
Yes, this is the famous homage cover to Detective Comics number 31 from way back, and I think 31 was still in the 1930s, like 1939, late
Right, right.
39. So this is just some people say, "Oh, this should be number one" or whatever. Well, we we saw it as an homage, and homages are they're cheating in any way whatsoever, but they are, using another person's idea
Yeah,
and honoring it really. And I thought number four was a perfect spot for it on this list. Very, very sought after cover, very in demand cover, and rightfully so. The cover taps into what DC was doing around that time with the gothic horror stuff,
yeah, with
right?
like the House of Secrets, House of
Yeah,
Mystery, and
yeah,
Tales of Forbidden Love
s-
and all that kind of
all of
stuff.
that
Yeah,
stuff. And it
yeah,
was a really it's a good moody cover.
absolutely. Love it, love it. Okay, number 3. Oh, number 230 again by Neil Adams.
Yep,
Now this kind of harkens back to that whole, Black Panther movement,
sure, yeah,
Black Power movement, and this is, not only is it a great cover, it speaks volume for the political climate of the time,
yeah.
and
The
it's
social issues.
social issues,
Yeah.
and it's a hard cover to get because of the jet black cover.
Yeah, hardcover in grade for sure. Like I said, you know how DC was tapping in on the issue before with that gothic horror. Well, here DC is tapping into all the social issues that are happening in the United States, particularly around that 1969-70 era, with even with their Green Lantern run and all
Yep,
that kind of stuff. So yeah, it's a really really cool cover. It's another gateway cover where you really you're asking yourself a lot of questions on what the heck's going on
yep.
and you want to open it up, but the cover is fantastic.
I love this cover. I love it. All right, let's keep on going here. Ooh, number 237 by Neil Adams again. Now, this might be my particular favorite cover of all time. We've had some discussions about it, but man, it's just such a striking cover with the Grim Reaper, the black and white character in the front with its red background, with the Robin in the foreground and in peril, and Batman's trying to save. It's a great cover.
Yeah, it is a fantastic cover, and the mighty, mighty Neil Adams at his finest here. I've talked to you about this before with his capes. He does great
Great
capes.
capes.
He's the cape man.
Cape Man.
You know, and he does these fantastic, flowing, gorgeous capes. Kind of reminded me of, Lord of the Rings, the ring wraiths
Yeah,
capes.
yeah, yeah,
Just
yeah.
his gorgeous, gorgeous use of capes
Yeah.
in his art, and I think it's a fantastic cover, worthy of number 2 in my
I
mind.
think it's absolutely worthy of number 2, which brings us, of course, to number 1. And how could this not be the number 1 Batman cover of the Bronze Age? Number 251 by Neal Adams.
Yeah, again, the mighty Neal Adams just hogs this list. I think he had 7
Yeah,
of the top 10. And, we had almost kind of a discussion about it in terms of, oh, let's get less Neal Adams. Well, then it's not, picking what we think are the top
the
10
best
covers.
covers.
So,
That's
hey,
right.
if Neal did 7 in our mind, then we're going to go with 7.
That's right. Yeah. And
Um,
of course, this one's great with the giant Joker. Of course, I love it. I don't know what it is. I love seeing Batman when he's sort of in peril like that. It really adds some dimension, adds some anxiety to the cover. Like what's going to happen next? Of course, we've got Batman stapled to the Ace of Spades and a giant Joker. Love it.
Right. And it's one of those covers, and we will touch on a bunch of these while we do these videos, Chris. It's an iconic cover. It's a cover that's used in other media liberally because it's so identifiable. It's on t-shirts, it's on fridge magnets, it's everywhere, and rightfully so. This is the best Batman cover of the Bronze Age.
Totally agree. Great cover.
All right.
right.
Hey, listen, Chris, this is a great time to tell everybody or let everybody know that if they're enjoying this content, please click the like and the subscribe buttons and to click the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. All of these things help the algorithm on YouTube, and they help our channel. So we appreciate that. All right, Chris, let's do a quick review of the day.
Quick review. Well, I mean, we've said it before. 7 Batman covers by the great Neal Adams, 2 by Jim Aparo, and 1 by Sal Amendola.
Right.
Awesome covers. I love them all. Sometimes Batman is hardly even in it, and yet still it makes a great Batman cover.
Yeah. This is it was like probably left off. I mean, when we were going through the list, there were so many other great covers, and I'm sure we're going to see people add them into the comments field. But yeah, this is a very, very kind of fruitful era of Batman in terms of producing some great covers. It's a very collectible era of Batman. It's a fun era to collect. Maybe not so much now because a lot of the covers kind of run away from us in terms of value. But yeah, these are fun Batman covers, and I think we did okay with them.
I think we did too.
Yeah.
But, if you are our avid watcher here doesn't think that we did okay, if you think that we missed something, you need to let us know in the comment field, and maybe we'll have to do a second version of this.
Sure,
and,
yeah. Don't be griping to yourself or your buddies. Let us do it.
Let us do it. Yeah.
Hey,
All
listen. Also, got to remind everyone that these videos are brought to you by Ice Collectibles. Please visit icecollectibles.com. We've provided a link below. It is Canada's best place to sell your collectibles. All right, Chris, let's wrap this one up.
All right. Have yourself a great day, and please tune in next time.
Sure hope I was recording.